The following story was written by Nettie Plant Mitchell, about her father-in-law Charles Henry Mitchell. It was somewhere in the 1870s in the little township of Lettery that one of the most amusing incidents I ever heard of occurred. My father-in-law was sheriff, school agent, tax collector, and general factotum of that little settlement, which I believe was made up of some 7 families. One family head, old Dan, refused to pay his taxes, and after due time and notice Father Mitchell served notice upon the gentleman that he would take him out to Rangley to jail if his taxes were not paid by a certain date. Stubbornly the old man refused payment. When the day arrived, true to his promise, Father Mitchell arrived at the door with his horse and wagon to escort Dan to the promised destination, only to find him dressed in his best and awaiting the sheriff's arrival. "Now, Charles," Dan pleaded, "you won't really arrest me before we get to Rangley, will you?" Father Mitchell thought that would really make no difference, so he promised. They jogged along comfortably enough and eventually drew up before the building which contained the jail. "Now I ain't under arrest," Dan said, "and I'm going to pay you my tax money right now. I would have given it to you before, only I've been wanting to get to Rangley for quite a spell, and I couldn't figure any better way to do it. It'd taken quite a while to get 14 miles with oxen. Now you brought me out here, and it's up to you to see that I get back. If you arrest me now, I'll take you for false arrest, 'cause here's my money, and you have to take it." Father Mitchell pocketed the money and cinched the receipt for it. Dan asked him how long he reckoned to be in town, as he had some errands to do. "Well," Father Mitchell replied, "I guess I'll go over to Brother Joe's and sample Nancy's cooking, and I plan to be back here by 4 o'clock. If you are going home with me, be here." The two went their separate ways, leaving the horses hitched in the jailhouse shed. Promptly at 4, Father Mitchell appeared to find his wagon piled to capacity with purchases Dan had made, and the old man sitting complacently on the wagon seat, awaiting his arrival. "Well, Charles, I'm ready if you be." "Guess I've got everything I calculated on," said Dan. Father Mitchell had brought him down here. It was his responsibility to deliver him back to his store, whence he had taken him. Silently Father Mitchell began methodically to unload his wagon and was piling the goods against the shed wall when Dan began vigorously to protest. However, Father claimed that while he might be obligated to return Dan to his home, there was no law on earth that could make him turn his wagon into a free delivery cart. The upshot of it all was that Dan paid the $2 and reloaded the wagon under the eagle-eye and expert direction of the owner of the vehicle. The 14-mile return ride was negotiated in silence. Later it came to Father Mitchell's ears that Dan was advising his neighbours not to try anything on Charles, for it won't work.